Today, we are leaving our white sand campsite to find a new epic place to explore. Heading south along the Sea of Cortez, we are confident that this adventure is only going to get better. Like and subscribe to help support this channel.
So before I go home, you don't have to fix anything else, but I'm going to have you look at my car and tell me if anything else is sketch.
Jessica mentioned that her FJ had developed a squeak and couldn't find the cause before the trip. Stopping to air up on our way out of camp, I'm noticing that the front shocks are loose, and of course, we need to fix this before going any farther. I actually owned and built this FJ a few years ago, and it got driven very little during the time that I owned it, and so the suspension appears to have settled a fair bit since then.
Pack it back in.
And so I do feel somewhat responsible for getting this fixed. After snugging up the suspension, the squeaks are gone, and we're back on the road. Baja has an incredible diversity of plant life, and it seems to change drastically every few miles.
Nope, I've been peeping. I didn't get bit by any, and that's good.
Cresting the hill, we've finally reached Bahia de Los Angeles. Some adventurers avoid this area because it is pretty remote, but for us that's exactly what we're looking for. We plan to make a quick lunch stop and then shift back into four-wheel drive so we can find our next campsite.
Motel Princess Bikers.
That's why I say Motel Princess Bikers.
Just got into Bahia de Los Angeles. Met a local that told us where. This thing's following you. There's a local that told us where to camp, so we're gonna go find a cool campsite, but first we're gonna get us the best food in town since 1973.
The food in Baja is absolutely incredible. Next time I come here, I will make more time to stop and eat out more often.
It was convenient when I couldn't find what I wanted to order. I was like, okay. Whatever she needs from.
Oh, man.
Good.
We're ready to venture back off the main roads, so it's time to air the tires back down and try to find our way through what appears to be mazes of trail ahead. And just seeing this area, we already know that we're going to find an incredible campsite at the end of this. Jesse and myself are wandering down the beach a little to see if we can find a better place to hide from the wind. But unfortunately, everything is within the tide's reach.
The Cave of Wonders?
Cave of Wonders.
Okay, we just set up our camp and immediately we found we were in scorpion territory.
Heavy winds and more scorpions than I've ever seen before. But this will do for the night.
It's shaping up to be an absolutely beautiful day. There's supposed to be dolphins and whales and seals sometimes through here. So I think we're all hoping to see something like that. We'll take the paddle boards out. It doesn't look incredibly deep. This particular campsite's in a very windy location. So we're actually all gonna get up, gonna make something to eat, and then we're gonna travel down the coast here a little bit more and try to find a place that's a little more secluded and has a little more coverage, and we can get closer to the water with the trucks. And we're gonna do some snorkeling today. So it should be pretty cool.
We're gonna go try to find this dump.
Go try to find this dump, Jesse.
You know, travel many miles to find a good dump.
I got that perfectly tracked. Walking up, putting his hand on the bumper. That's gonna be in there, bud.
A local that we met yesterday actually told us to head this direction and to turn at the town dump, which we never saw. So we're suspecting that we took a wrong turn somewhere.
I think I just saw an otter. Or like, not an otter.
Seal?
Yeah. Big.
Big guy.
What? Yeah. Like
The actual wood or petrified wood?
petrified. Second.
After watching various wildlife for a while, we're on our way to find the next campsite. We backtracked a little bit and we found our wrong turn. The town dump is literally thousands of broken bottles. We found our next campsite, and unbelievably, it's even better than the last.
Me and Jesse are gonna go dive and try to spearfish with the great and glorious trident. See what he's doing over here.
No, I am the fire.
What we have is a harpoon called a Hawaiian sling. It's essentially a rubber band on your wrist attached to a 3-foot trident. It's incredibly fun and surprisingly difficult. After several failed attempts, I passed it off to Jesse.
You're gonna eat it?
Well, yeah, I don't want to kill it for nothing.
How'd you kill it, Jesse?
You know, this thing, it's a harpoon. Stretch it out like so. Let it go and chow. Long time.
Jesse wouldn't get cold. I was getting cold out there.
I don't know.
I was like, all right, I got to go back.
Maybe Jesse's got more alcohol warmth
Oh,
in him.
sure
I
does.
guarantee you.
How you gonna cook this, Jesse?
Butter.
All right, butter.
Not too bad,
A
huh?
lot better than those crabs. It's pretty good.
Jesse eating a stingray. I think I saw on the drone earlier, I think I saw something that looked like a big dead animal. We're going to go see what it is.
There's a possibility it could be a huge stick, but
Could be a huge stick,
it
but
also could be an octopus.
yeah, it was pretty weird looking. We're going to go see.
It turns out my suspicions are correct, and it's a whale carcass
yeah,
that has
it's a
been
whale.
here for quite some time.
Don't get close to show how big it is, Jesse. Wow,
Whale flipper right there.
that's pretty cool.
I don't think it's stinky anymore.
Yeah.
I can't smell it, like.
Even touching it.
Yeah. It kind of stinks, but like, you gotta like get in it.
Oh, that smells pretty good.
It's really fibrous, like in this.
Yeah, which is so.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Eat
tough.
Oh, I believe in you.
Wow.
Ah, that's crazy.
Wind blockage, but that spot's me. So what kind of whale do you guys think this is?
I don't know. That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah, this is only what's left.
Right?
Yeah,
Like, things ate on this for a long
for a
time.
long time. I didn't realize they had like bones going up in there. Little footprints
Yeah, they
like
have
that.
hands, like just like us.
So cool. That's so cool.
Red.
I saw something here and I couldn't tell if it was a tree because with the drones you can never quite tell. Jesse knows more about this stuff than we do, but you can tell by the digits in its fingers that this is in fact a whale, and he's probably been here for months now. And it's sad, but it is the way nature works. It's kind of what's cool about Baja is just there's nobody here picking all this up. You actually get to see nature for what it is rather than if there's a dead seal, somebody drags it off in other parts of the world. I appreciate seeing this because this is reality. And so, as sad as it is cool to see. So anyway, it's kind of a fun excursion to come see this though.
Here's our whale eulogy.
Our whale eulogy. I hope you lived a full life.
Lived a good life.
Get more and more restricted on like.
On the walk back to
Feeling what
camp,
life is
Natalie
like?
found what we think is even more of the same whale.
That's big.
I'm 5'10". This bone is like 3 feet, 2.5 at least.
That's big.
I think it's probably like the tail section of a whale. Like you can kind of imagine how like the tail kind of like a cross section kind of comes up and has that ridge at the top. And then it flexes to come down and like kind of propel the whale like that. I don't know much about the biology of whales, but this like cavity kind of leads me to believe that like the spinal column would come through this area. I don't see like a cylindrical column that would go through like the actual vertebrae. But what else would this chasm be for? Maybe the spinal column goes through, kind of like our spinal cord. Very crazy. I kind of wonder if it wasn't part of that other skeleton we saw earlier.
Sure looks like it.
I don't know if it's like a humpback or some other type of baleen whale. It's crazy.
The size of a tree.
Huge.
Huge.
Huge. Enormous.
Probably have some extra if you want some for some tacos. Squeeze some limes on these and saute them in butter.
The heat and the events from the day are catching up to the group, and we're finishing off the night relaxing and listening to music, the waves, and the campfire. Today is shaping up to be a very relaxed day. This is our last day here on this beach, and it's hard to describe the feeling. We just got to paradise, and tomorrow we already have to slowly start making our way back home.
What?
If the shot was really what we wanted it to, like, I don't know.
They say that overlanding isn't about the vehicle, it's about the experience. And of course this is true, but many of these adventures I can't help but sit back and appreciate these kinds of vehicles and how they allow us to reach places like this. My Toyota has been a labor of love, and the hundreds of hours I've spent upgrading parts, running wire, and cursing at inanimate objects, it fills me with pride.
Nice. So ends up blowing more, but it was never really blowing up.
In the grand scheme of things, very few people get to have adventures like this, and I'm well aware of how lucky we are. These people, these experiences, and these moments can't be taken for granted, and I'm incredibly grateful to be here with this group.
I believe it.
So good.
We're going to wrap up the night on the beach with some weird conversations and get ready for our departure tomorrow.
The mushroom and then go back to its hive or whatever you call it and colony, and it once it's there,
Its head, like
Its head
yeah,
explodes,
and then the
mushroom
mushroom
pops out.
of it, and then
Oh,
that happens, and then
yeah.
the other ants are like
I have seen
attracted
that.
to eating it, and then
Well,
that happens to them.
They know that they're f***ed up
It's a
when they come
fucking
in
real
together.
life
I've seen
zombie.
that in a nature.
Carry 'em
That's
out.
insane.
Like real life zombie style.
There's little bouncer
Yeah,
ants.
that's up.
Tomorrow we start to make our way back home, but our time in Baja isn't done just yet. Join us next time for the final episode, and thank you so much for watching, and until next time.